Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Why Nobody Plays video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about one of the more basic and simple characters in the game, Hercules. And Hercules, I'm not too sure, man. But before we discuss why nobody plays him, let's actually go over all of his abilities first.
Oh, he's a little Hercules. Show me muscle again. Oh, Hercules, 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 Hercules.
Now Hercules reduces the potency of all incoming bleed effects by 50%, and he also reduces the potency of incoming poison effects by 15%, and makes the recovery reduction from poison 20% less effective. Now moving to his feats of strengths, and the max stacks that you can have of these is actually 12. You gain one of these when you strike a non-stunned opponent with any hit of a heavy attack, when you intercept a dashing opponent with an attack, or when he stands up after being knocked down. Completing a feat will grant him an indefinite strength, which will increase his armor penetration by a certain amount and cause his attacks to deal a burst of physical damage equal to 10% of the damage they dealt. After completing a feat, he'll then gain additional attack rating for 2 seconds and 50% buff duration. And if a special attack is activated during this time, the bonus will then remain throughout the special attack. Also, while he has a strength, he becomes stun immune, and each time a stun is prevented by this immunity, he will then remove a single strength. Now when you dash back after landing the first light attack or medium attack, he will inflict a non-stacking Infuriate debuff for 7 seconds, which makes the opponent more aggressive and also reduces their offensive ability accuracy by 60%, and this goes on cooldown for 10 seconds. And while he's fighting as a defender, the duration of the Infuriate is then increased to 10 seconds, and it is triggered whenever Hercules dashes back. Now moving on to the special attacks. Special 1. On activation, he will gain a True Sense buff, which bypasses the effects of miss as well as auto block for 16 seconds. And the first hit will also grant him a precision buff, which increases critical rating by a certain amount for 25 seconds. And if the attack was activated while intercepting a dashing opponent, he will then gain 2 additional precision buffs. The Special 2. The potency of the burst damage that will be dealt via the strength during this attack will be increased by 50% for each armor up effect on the opponent, up to a maximum of 200%. The first hit of the attack also grants him a cruelty buff, increasing critical damage rating by a certain amount for 15 seconds, and if the attack was activated while intercepting the opponent, he will gain 2 additional cruelty buffs. The final hit also has a 100% chance to inflict a 3-second stun debuff, the Special 3. He gains an indestructible buff which prevents all damage for 4 seconds, and after this attack, if the opponent has 3 bars of power, Hercules will then gain a power gain buff which grants him 100% of a bar of power over 3 seconds. Now moving on to the awakened ability. Once per fight, pretty much when he's about to be knocked out, he'll gain an immortality buff which prevents death and makes him unblockable for a certain amount of time, and this immortality will then be paused during his personal special attacks or while landing a basic attack, and is then removed if the opponent activates their special 3. 2 seconds after completing a feat, he will also gain additional combat power rating. And that is Hercules, truly one of the champions in this game. The dude is so confident he's not even wearing a shirt. Now moving on to the topic of why nobody plays him. Now Hercules, he's pretty basic. He's not really a comic book of a character to kind of read and understand his abilities. And so there's nothing really interesting about him to use. It's pretty much just go in, mow down the fight, and yeah. So the first issue I have with him is his immortality is not unstoppable. It's not a passive, it's pretty much a buff. And so he doesn't do well against any champion. That of course has nullify, fate steal, or even neutralize. He's pretty much being outdone by a character like Abomination simply because he does not have any buff to neutralize. And just look at the damage, man. Look at how Hercules struggles to finish this fight, whereas with Abom we just walk in and finish the fight just like that. And another problem I have with him is this dude is walking around without a shirt in front of little children. How old is Penny Parker? 12? Come on, man.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And he also carries a sword, however he never uses it in actual combat. So this man is pretty much a fraud. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments who next I should make a why nobody plays video on next. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Tú no la tienes. Tú no la tienes. No.
I've been fighting a lot of convictions, yeah, the pain is so humbling. I've been at my lowest, but I'm staying focused, cause I know the blessings still coming in. Give glory to God, cause he kept me steady in moments where I feel like stumbling. Don't help me to preach, but better my speech like Moses, cause I'm sick of mumbling.